2015. Well, first and foremost, Dr. Dogo, the PDP did not give us all what we have just to make the avoidance of doubt. And then secondly, let's talk about refineries. Why is it difficult? Because, I mean, I do remember properly that on the 15th of December 2012, there were reports out there, and some of them read, FG drops planned refinery projects. At the time, during the fuel subsidy debates, they had talked about the fact that they were going to build refineries, but only later, some government spokesperson came up and said, well, we can't do that anymore. And we do know how this is very important for Nigeria. Don't you think that at the end of this tenure, if that is not done, people will consider that a failure?
No, it can't be considered a failure because look at it. How many private institutions that have been given licenses to develop private refineries? The question you have to ask is this: why have they not succeeded in doing so? Is it because of government or some other issues? I'm not an expert in that area, and I cannot speak for the NNPC or for the oil sector generally. But definitely, there must be perennial problems that have made it impossible for those private people that got licenses to establish refineries, some of them 5 years or even more ago, even 10. You see? So the question we all have to ask is, why has it not been able to be like that? Can it be is the government? The answer is no. The government has not stopped it.
What was said,
but we are looking at an international issue.
I don't think I'll buy that. When you say no, we can't say that the government hasn't stopped it. Who can stop the government from fixing the refineries?
No.
Who is bigger from building new ones?
You didn't get me. I said private individuals got licenses to establish refineries even more than 10 years ago, and they have not been able to do so.
And I'll go back to what Marcus said about boycotting. We just saw a little bit. We saw a little what happened between boycott and the government and how it was revoked. And if you say people have licenses to build private refineries for 10 years and nothing has happened to any of those, and we're still coasting as if nothing ever happened, it means that perhaps those are some of your party members that are untouchable. That is why they still haven't been able to establish the refineries for the people.
That is failure on your own part.
On whose part?
The part of you journalists. Not to have to know why those private people.
Dr. Dogo.
I've not seen any report anywhere where the journalists have said.
Dr. Dogo, if any of those people were members of your opposition, I know by now you would have called their names. The Dr. Dogo we know, because now you have been saying this. Now we are saying that if your party has given licenses, and we have seen over time, they have revoked partnerships. So why can't they also do the same thing for the Nigerian people?
There is a difference between...
Are we saying that the PDP will wait for the media to move in before they do?
There is a difference between joint partnership and giving a person a license to establish something and the person fails to do so.
And you keep it for 10 years because you just told us 10 years.
The three of you, as journalists here, should have gone out, investigate, find out from those people who collected licenses.
That's a failure of government. If the government has failed and the government is saying they are waiting for the media to move in.
I shift that blame completely to the media houses.
Dr. Dogo, for inability to provide us refineries, you said the media has failed. This is one statement of the year, Dr. Dogo, you just made. That the government has failed.
Investigate. Find out why those private people have been unable to establish the refineries and put the blame on government. When you find out the reasons, if they tell you it is government that prevented them from. And from there we can move forward. That is what I'm saying. You should be investigative to look. Oh, government gave you a license. Why have you not established the refineries? Government gave you a license. Why have you not done this?
So
it's 5 years, it's 10 years, it's this and that.
Dr. Dogo,
I've already said I'm not an expert in petroleum issues, but I'm saying that I shift the blame.
What I know you and I are expert on is, are you saying the agencies of government, the FCC, ICPC, Anti-Fraud Unit, the police, the DPR, and all of this, can't actually go out and investigate and you put the blame? I'm sure the government listening. Your party,
those people have committed a crime, which is not the case.
Dr. Dogo, your party wouldn't be happy with you this morning that you're saying that they have failed, that the media should now take up their jobs and responsibility. That's what you just said.
You see,
and for the
that is not what I'm saying.
For the past 2 minutes, Dr. Dogo,
there is a difference.
Dr. Dogo, for the past 2 minutes, that is what you've just emphasized. At least we're speaking English.
I have not emphasized
you have
that.
just said
you are
that
speaking
the media,
English, but you are not understanding the English. What I am saying is that it's the responsibility of the mass media to investigate, to find out
the failure of
those individuals. The failure of those individuals who got licenses to establish refineries and failed to do so. It is your responsibility. Bring them here. Let them tell Nigerians why 10 years after they have been unable to establish the refineries. That will make more sense than just accusing government. I'm not saying government is right. I am not saying in any sense, I repeat, to buttress what I'm saying, I have not said that, look, we don't need refineries. We need refineries as more than 20 years ago, functionable refineries. And we know that refineries were functioning. Why are they not functioning? Now government said, look, let's sell some of this. Let us do this. And it has not worked. Now I said, look, government now went out to give licenses to individuals to establish refineries. And it is not working. Now journalists investigate and find out from those individuals and crucify the government. And I will be here to criticize and condemn the government if you've given me reasons why those private people have not done so. That is what I'm saying. So
when the media came up with followed the fuel subsidy probe, and when the media came up with names of some party members of your party who were also indicted, when the media also talked about corruption and also some past people, even in the legislative and who was also members of your party, and when the media, as we speak, they converged here in Lagos, and we saw some party people who were indicted, and the media also reported how your party has actually forgiven a whole lot and they're still moving. Are you saying these are failures? Excuse me. Are we saying that the media haven't reported and followed all of this through and through?
Forgive, because those who were found,
it is still about corruption.
They were taken to court.
It is also about corruption.
No. I think you are making a mistake here.
There are some that have
not a single person.
All right.
Those found to be involved in the fuel subsidy, that the federal government woke up and said you are forgiven. But if they are taken to court and they are investigated and they are found not wanting, will you tell me that the federal government should have told the judges and say, convict them because they are guilty?
Dr. Dogo,
those who are found wanting in any form, some of the cases are still in court. Those who needed to do anything that is there. The federal government has not intervened, stopped in any form, either directly or indirectly, and say, look, the police, the AFCC or anything, stop that. That is not even the same thing as what we are saying with respect to the refineries. And what I'm saying is this.
No, that's corruption. That's the English that we're talking about. If someone has a license to build a refinery, 5-10 years, according to you, you haven't built a refinery.
Yes.
And you say that's not corruption? Why are you keeping the license? Why are you depriving the nation?
What I'm saying is this. Find out why.
No,
and come and tell the Nigerian people why they have not done so.
We can
and if the government is guilty of making them not to operate, invite me here. I will condemn the government. But if you have not done that, and then you just sit down and you just start saying, oh, look, this and that, that is what I'm saying. There must be investigative journalism. And we are grateful that some of those things that were found out with respect to others, and I'm sure there is no any aspect. And if you say that the government has forgiven some, bring those people out and tell us why the government forgave them, and let us crucify them in the same manner.
The media,
and you should also tell us why the government fraternizes with them in public.
If you are not found guilty, will you say that the person should be left? Even Jesus Christ, didn't he say, allow these are people I want to eat with?
This is
but we are even talking, that is not even the case. But what we are saying is this. If the person is not found guilty, will you now ascribe guilt to the person that is not found guilty?
Just
the
quickly,
government
sir.
does not constitute itself to the courts.
Just quickly,
and
sir.
they were taken to courts. So insist they should be prosecuted.